So humans are clearly omnivores, that we're opportunistic eaters. We eat anything that we can get our hands on, pretty much. And there's no, like, let's say, carnivores eat meat because that's what their biology is designed to do. Humans are able to eat a lot of different foods as well. So we clearly have mastered the ability to create food from so to eat like a very diverse diet, and it also is something that our body can adapt to. So if someone is, let's say, more sensitive to certain plant foods, then it doesn't mean that applies to everyone. I personally can eat anything. I can eat gluten, I can eat dairy, I can eat fish, eggs, tomatoes,
meat, red meat.
I mean, I can eat anything. I don't have any allergies or sensitivities.
But do you?
Yeah, I mean, I eat a very diverse diet. Okay. So someone else, they might be sensitive or allergic to peanuts or eggs. So for them, it can be even literally lethal. So it doesn't mean that peanuts or eggs are inherently harmful. It's more so about, okay, what suits that particular individual.
Yeah.
And with looking at the research, then my hot take on it is that you can eat whatever diet you want as long as your other biomarkers are optimal and in check. So someone eating, let's say, because always it depends on the individual what you're eating. As I said, just in the example of allergens, someone eats eggs, they're allergic to eggs, they get a very bad reaction to eggs. Doesn't mean that eggs are bad. And you can apply the same thing to tomatoes, peanuts, fish. There's a lot of different allergies out there. And sensitivities. Yes, and there are certain anti-nutrients in plants, but they're not always a bad thing. Let's say phytic acid, it binds to minerals. It doesn't, mean that you're absorbing zero minerals from your food or something. It might reduce some of the minerals. And, there are minerals you don't want in excess either. Like excess iron can be harmful, excess phosphorus can be harmful, excess zinc can be harmful. So it's not that you just want to mega dose vitamins and minerals all the time. Some of the binding might actually be beneficial. Excess iron is associated with increased heart disease. And chelating a high iron has been seen to even extend lifespan in animal studies as well. So it's not that kind of black and white. And even then, these specific anti-nutrients also have other beneficial effects, such as phytic acid might even help with cancer. Obviously, these polyphenols, they are very researched to show various health benefits for metabolic health, inflammation status, and the different epigenetic effects on this DNA methylation, and seen to lower biological age scores as well in certain animal studies.
If someone was to come to you today saying, Siim, I want to sign up for what you offer, what are the first, let's say, 3 things that you would do for them?
Biggest thing that I emphasize is becoming aware of your health status. So it's important to be aware of, okay, where do you sit at in terms of the general population, and health has a big subjective component. You feel if you're healthy and you feel if you're unhealthy and sick, but the health is also something you can quantify. You can measure your blood markers, you can measure other biomarkers, you can measure even your mood if you're interested in that kind of thing. So you can put a number on it as well, and you can scale it. So just becoming aware of what does your blood markers say about your health, and what other biomarkers you can look at to see. And it's not perfect science, but there is a pretty strong science about certain biomarkers and future risk of chronic diseases and potentially lifespan as well.
So you've looked at their biomarkers. And then what are the next few steps? Like, the reason why I ask this is, how many people have you worked with in this kind of context?
I've worked with over 500 people.
So, and the reason why I ask that is the pattern recognition you start seeing. Having worked with many people, what are the next steps that really work on getting people to, lower inflammation or improve certain biomarkers as well?
Well, it fundamentally starts with the cornerstones of a healthy lifestyle: sleep, exercise, diet, and the environment. So just fixing those things is the first priority. because you could take a bunch of supplements or certain medications, but and you can see improvements in your health by doing that. But in a as a long-term solution, it's better to more important to focus on the fundamentals. Because then you have to, also take fewer supplements and take fewer medications, and you're just checking the box for some of the low-hanging fruit, things like sleep and daily movement. So figuring out, okay, are you moving enough? What's your diet like? Are you eating too much processed food? Are there certain foods you're not reacting well to? How's your sleep? Are you chronically sleep deprived? How's the quality of your sleep? Are you getting sleep apnea? Figuring out those things can be very powerful.
Where does stress and kind of the mindset fit into this? Because people always say that you've got to do the foundational stuff, the easy stuff, but sleeping well, eating well, and exercising, they're actually much harder, doing consistently, than a lot of people give credit to. It's like in this space, they're like, you've got to just do the basics right, but the basics are hard to get right. Is there something that people need to get over, especially with the mindset, to motivate themselves? Have you seen that with your clients? Is it accountability? Is it something there?
Accountability certainly is a motivating factor. So if someone does it together with a group or as a challenge with others, they tend to have a bigger motivation to do it. But ultimately, you can't really, force people to do things that they don't want to do, especially over the long term. You might be able to do it for a few weeks, but if they don't have a really big reason or why to do the healthy things and the fundamentals, then they're not going to stick to it either. So it comes down to figuring out your why. Why do you want to do it, and what's your main goals with just healthy lifestyle? For most people, it probably has to do with not getting a particular chronic disease. Maybe their parents died to some disease, or their grandparents died to some disease. So that's a motivating factor that I don't want to get it myself. It can also just be that you want to spend more time with your children and grandchildren later in life. So just figuring out what is the biggest reason you would want to stay healthy, finding this a reason why to do it. And the research on purpose in life and having a why is also shown to be supportive of living longer.
Thanks for watching this Beyond Tomorrow clip. If you haven't subscribed yet to our main channel, join us there for conversations that can help you thrive today and flourish tomorrow. We'll see you next time.